Hello, Pastor Aaron here with your video devotion for today. I hope my mic is working a little bit better today and the volume's at the right speed. Thank you for giving me some feedback on that. But today, I want to share with you what I've been learning in my new class. I just started my new master's program in counseling, and I'm just going to share with you all what I'm learning. It's going to help me process all this information. And I don't think Dr. John Townsend's really going to mind me sharing this stuff with you. I believe he's really committed to seeing growth of God's people. So in this first thing, he talks about personal growth, and that's this first class, 2-week course, intensive. And to do it, he uses this metaphor of a tree. But before I get into that, he gets into that. He tells a story that Jesus told in Luke chapter 13. A man planted a fig tree in his vineyard, and after a while he came by and saw that this tree was not producing fruit. And he said, "Why should I leave this tree here anymore? Let's cut it down, and because it's a waste of space." And then there's the gardener who comes in and says, "Hey, how about we give it some time, and I'll dig around this tree and I'll spread some fertilizer around it, and if then it still doesn't produce fruit, then we can cut it down." And what he's getting at here is that all the leadership research and relational research that's going on out there confirms what Jesus is saying in this parable here, is that you need the right nutrients in the soil in order to produce fruit. And so for the fruit of our lives, we have personal fruit, people fruit, and performance fruit. Personal fruit includes these two different categories of our behaviors and our emotions. So, to have the right behaviors, to be able to be disciplined and self-controlled, and to be able to follow through and follow up and hear from God and respond in action, that's part of the behavior. Emotions is the other part of our personal life, being able to manage our emotions and cope with anxiety in helpful ways, and to manage stress and our personal feelings. People. In order to have a full and abundant life that Christ wants for us, we need to have healthy relationships with people, to be able to form deep and intimate connections with folks, with our friends, families, neighbors, co-workers, to connect on that relational level. Then the third P is performance. This fruit is in our professional lives, to be able to meet challenges head on, to meet deadlines, to cast vision, to put a team together, to inspire others, and to get moving forward in life, whatever that is. So that's the fruit on the top of the tree, but in order to have fruit, you need to have a nice strong trunk, which is character. And Dr. Townsend talks about the 4 R's of character, of relationship: responsibility, reality, and readiness. So relationship is more along that people thing, to be able to form secure attachments with people, to have intimate connection with them. Responsibility, that's knowing where you end and where other people begin. Knowing when to say no, and to have a clear sense of your responsibilities and not take on other people's responsibilities, other people's emotional struggles, to create a good separation between you and others. That's responsibility. Thirdly is reality. This is when being able to face negative challenges head on and being able to tackle them with confidence and assurance. And then fourth is readiness. And readiness is knowing who you are and what you need to do to accomplish and to fulfill your vocation. So that's the character. But of course, none of this is going to work if you don't have the right nutrients in the soil. It is totally dependent on the nutrients in the soil. And so in the soil, we have 3 things: grace, truth, and time. Grace, that's when you need a relationship with God. He's pouring into you through His Word and Sacrament. You need a relationship with other people who are pouring into you and affirming you and accepting you for who you are, with all your faults and failures, and loving you the same. It's that unconditional love and grace that you need from your relationships and from God. Truth is the other nutrient we need. And we need people to be able to confront us when we're erring, and to correct us, and to be a mirror for us, and to know us deeply and intimately, so we can hear the truth from them in a helpful way. and also finding truth in God's Word and living our lives according to it. And finally, time. Time is like, you can imagine like you're baking a cake, and you need to mix the ingredients of grace and truth together, and it takes time to cook and to create that beautiful thing of the character nutrients in the soil. And so, a lot of times what we want to do as individuals and leaders is to yell at the fruit and tell it to be more fruitful. Come on, I need you wimpy fruit, grow. And the fruit's like, hey, I can't grow unless you give me the right nutrients. So if we're going to find growth in our personal lives, in our relationships with other people, in performance in the world, we need the right nutrients in the soil of grace, truth, and time. And so for my next following devotions, maybe one or two, I'm going to be talking about those nutrients in the soil and exactly what that looks like and what I've been learning. But thank you for listening, and may God bless your day.